Hello, friends, and welcome back to r/IDontWorkHereLady. Hope you're ready for some more great stories on this topic. And our first story today. Yes, I technically work here, but not for you. But before we begin, if you're new, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications for new stories every single day. So, I worked for a company who owned a large building and leased it out to multiple companies for office space. We were used to people who were visiting getting confused and would happily escort them to the right section. One day, I was at work. An older guy walked up and asked me if I was connected to Company B. I explained they did have offices here, but I was employed by Company A. I began walking towards their offices, saying I would take them to Company B's people. Well, my son fell outside on an uneven sidewalk this weekend. You guys really need to fix that. He broke his arm, and I'm not going to pay for it. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. In that case, you'll want to talk to Company C across the road. They take care of the sidewalks around all the businesses. No, I'm here. I'm talking to you. How you going to make this right? By sending you to the people that can help you? The companies inside this building don't own or upkeep the sidewalks. You need to talk to Company C. Well, how the hell should I know who owns it? Because I just told you, sir. As we have no business, I'm going to ask you to leave. Company C deals with the sidewalks. I can't help you, and frankly, you're being unreasonable. Unreasonable? How unreasonable is it for me to want safe sidewalks? You just don't want the responsibility. Well, joke's on you, buddy. That sidewalk's gonna trip up everyone going down the street, and you guys are getting so sued. The name of the street, he yelled, was like 10 blocks away. Sir, that street isn't even on this side of town. I don't know who owns it, but none of the companies are liable. Leave, or I'll call the cops. So the guy kept yelling about me being lazy and all that crap. Even after the cops explained I had nothing to do with the responsible company, the guy wasn't convinced. Throughout the next week, this guy stood outside protesting all three companies, saying they don't care about hurt kids and all kinds of crap. Eventually, they all had to sit down and finally figured out exactly where the kid fell. It was in front of the guy's own house, not on the street he'd previously mentioned, and not anywhere near the three companies. He then switched, saying the EMT who showed up was lying about where it was. To this day, the guy talks bad on all the companies, but especially B. By the way, no one from that company ever even met the guy till the sit-down, and still connects me with Company B instead of Company A. Oh yeah, well, I wish to countersue for slander and the emotional distress your comment has caused. Please send check for $1 billion to my inbox. I think that's how this works. And our second story. Good luck with the divorce, lady. I recently moved from New York City to a small city in New Jersey because of a job opportunity and found an apartment that was located above a courthouse. What I was informed by the property manager was that a few years ago, the courthouse sold the commercial space and his real estate company converted that space into personal residences. So the first 5 floors remained part of the courthouse with its own entrance, and the 6th floor to the penthouse were all apartments. As you can guess, there was a lot of confusion for first-time visitors, jurors, lawyers, etc., wandering aimlessly through the residence entrance. On this particular occasion, I was in the gym with shorts, sneakers, and a sleeveless t-shirt, running at a brisk pace on a treadmill when I noticed a middle-aged lady, MAL, peek inside. She spent about 2 minutes walking the whole length of the gym and decided to furiously wave at me to get my attention. The interaction goes like this. MAL. Hi, do you know which room I can go to finalize my divorce? Me. This isn't the courthouse. Their entrance is around the corner. You just went through the residential entrance. MAL. Can't you show me the room? Me. If I didn't make it more clear, this isn't the courthouse. I live in the apartments upstairs. If you walk outside and turn the corner to the right, you'll find the other entrance. MAL. You're just lazy and don't want to do your job. I just needed a room number. Me. Lady, I'm on a treadmill in gym clothes. What makes you think I work for the courthouse? MAL. Well, whatever. You're no effing help. Me. Well, I'm not surprised you're getting a divorce. Good luck with that. I continued on with my jog and the following day made a suggestion to the property manager for a sign to avoid the confusion. So wait, lady, can't you see what I'm wearing? Will you address me as Your Honor? And our next story. What do you expect me to do? So this happened a few nights ago. I live in a nice apartment complex that has an on-site manager and maintenance man that takes care of all of the day-to-day problems. We also have a board of trustees/tenant committee who take care of monthlies, e.g. supervision of payments, tenant complaints, approval of removal, building of structures on the property. My husband's on the board, but he's never involved in the day-to-day stuff. So one afternoon, around 6 p.m., my husband and I were walking to our apartment when we noticed some water in the hallway. The maintenance man usually works until 6, but comes over anyway because it's an emergency. Turns out it's a broken water heater. He, the maintenance man, turns off the power and water to the broken unit and tells us he'll fix it tomorrow. It needed replacing, and the stores in our area that sell those close at 5. He also mops up the water. Disaster averted, right? Well, at 10 o'clock, I'm getting ready to go to bed, and my husband's at work. Frantic knocking starts up. Thinking it might be an emergency, I open the door. We have a security gate. Outside is a pajama-clad woman with long, dripping wet hair. PJW. PJW. Hello, my water is cold. Me. I only know a few of my neighbors and had no idea why she was telling me her water is cold. PJW. I need my water fixed. Me. PJW. Is your husband here? I need my water fixed. Me. Finally realizing it must be her broken water heater. My husband isn't here. You should talk to the maintenance man tomorrow. PJW. I can't find him. Yeah, no kidding. It's 10 o'clock. Where's your husband? I need him to come fix my water. Me. My husband can't fix your water. The maintenance man lives there. I point to the apartment across the way and a few doors down. Speak to him tomorrow. PJW. Can't you go get him? Now? Me. No. I mean, seriously, the door is a few steps away from her. Does she expect me to go outside and do it for her? Plus, it's late. PJW. Call him then. Me. I don't have his number. PJW. Aren't you going to do anything? Me. No, it's late, and I just live here. PJW. But there's water on the floor, and my water is cold. Me. I know this is a lie. I saw the maintenance man mop up. The water's already turned off, and the maintenance man mopped up. I'm sure the maintenance man will fix your water tomorrow. PJW. But I just closed the door. Seriously, did she expect me, my husband, or the maintenance man to fix her water heater in the middle of the night? My stepmother is the manager of an apartment complex and once actually had a tenant call her to complain about their power/AC being out in the middle of or immediately after a hurricane ripping through the area. Half the city was without power. So the main thing is to find the extreme. And we move on to our next story. You can speak to my manager, but I don't work for the company you think I do. And I explained this. When is a ship a train? For this story, we'll go with never. For context, I work for a shipping company. We operate ships, 50,000-ton ships, but we share a port with Network Rail, Virgin Trains, and Arriva, who operate trains. None of this mattered to Tim, the irate man, who had arrived for a train that wasn't there. So I was walking down the platform in my big, bright yellow, ready for any weather high-visibility coat, which has our company name on it in big lettering, when I spotted Tim, who makes a beeline for me. Tim, where's my train? Me. Sorry, I work for redacted, but it's clearly a ferry company. What platform is it meant to be on? I don't work for the rail, but it's not a huge place, so I know a bit, enough to point people to the right platforms. Tim, 2. Me, looking at the clearly empty platform. This is 2. There's nothing on the display boards. You'll have to see them in their office, which is in the terminal building, about 200 meters from us at the end of the platform. Tim, no, look, it says here. Shows me his phone with the timetable on, and sure enough, it has a train on platform 2 due to depart in about a quarter of an hour. Me, yeah, if you go talk to them in the terminal, they'll be able to sort it out. Tim, could it be on another platform? Me, maybe, but you'd have to go see them in the terminal building. I gestured at the terminal building, after which I go to leave. Tim stepped into my path. Wait, we are not finished. Me. Oh, okay. Tim. It says here there's a train, so there should be a train. Why isn't it here? Me. Feeling weirdly like I'd covered this? I don't know. I don't work for the rail people. You'll have to ask them. In their office. In the terminal building. Tim, who's starting to get very irate. I think you're being difficult on purpose. It's ridiculous. It says there's a train that should be... Me. I'm sorry. I really can't help you here. You need the rail office. They'll know what's happening with the trains. Tim, that's not good enough. I want to speak to your manager. Me. I work for the ferry company. Tim, so where are they? Me. Making sure I get the gist of it. I work for a ferry company. My manager won't be able to help you with the train issue either. Tim, I want to speak to him. Me. Confused, but I had time. Okay. We start walking away from the terminal building toward the industrial freight check-in lanes where there's lorries and such. Tim, where are you going? I don't have time for this. Me. We work out of those buildings. At which point some actual train staff crossed our paths heading towards the terminal building. Me, pointing at them, hoping Tim will get it by their bright red jackets with Virgin Trains. Their rail staff. Tim, rudely to them, where's my train? Rail staff, confused, looking at me like, WTF, man? There's one on platform 2 soon, I think. Tim, it's not there. Rail staff, yeah, it hasn't arrived yet. It doesn't leave for another 10 minutes. Tim, to me, why didn't you tell me that? Me, trying not to sound like Shrek when he says ogres are not like onions. I don't work for the rail. Then he swans off without saying anything else to me, dragging his case angrily. I was hoping you'd take him to talk to your manager and he wouldn't make it back in time to catch his train, but it's not for nothing, and they say fools are lucky. So thank you all for watching the video to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.